Hello, Gotham. Where's my damn mask now? There we go. Geez, I also got the Bane shirt. Gotham City Reckoners. Come on. I'm Gotham's Reckoning. Hello, Gotham.
Ah, you think the darkness is your ally? I was born in it, molded by it. You merely adopted the darkness, and this fucking mask hurts. Anyway, what was I saying? I never saw the light until I was a man, and by then it was nothing to me but blinding.
Yeah, check this out. This badass Play Arts Caine, I think, made it. It was a little too expensive, but I paid for it and I got a Tom Hardy Bane hyper articulated action figure. His shoulders are a little weird, a little too much separation, but otherwise pretty fucking badass. And we got this. And sometimes I wear this during editing, because sometimes editing doesn't only break your body, but it breaks your soul. Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises, the final part in the trilogy of the Nolan Batman movies. Probably one of the most hyped up superhero movies ever made. I was in love with it when it first came out. Let's talk about it. Stars Christian Bale, Tom Hardy, Anne Hathaway, Gary Oldman, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Marion Cotillard. That's all the main people? Oh, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, Robin. I love Bane, okay? Bane's such a cool character. And in the comics, like, he was done no justice. Batman and Robin, what does he do? Bomb! Company! Bane! That's his whole thing. And he was a veiny pickle. He was just he's green. He didn't look like a human. He was just really thick and green with lots of weirdly Joel Schumacher neon-like veins. It's just all kinds of horrible. Yeah, this is the continuation, the final one in the trilogy. Batman Begins and The Dark Knight both got A+s from me, okay? I love those movies to death. And this movie, when it first came out, I was in love with it. It was my favorite one. I was like, this is the fucking Batman movie. It's better than the others. I love it so much. I couldn't say enough good things about it. Go back and watch those videos. I dare you to. They're kind of hard to watch now. I tried. It's like, yeesh. But this final one, we got so much shit going on in this one. It feels like a real, it was on the edge of like, maybe this is where they overstep it and it just flat out sucks. And I will say this movie does not suck. A lot of people out there like to say like, oh, there was two great ones and then the crappy one. It's like, fuck you, this isn't a bad movie. It has a few flaws. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie, you know? Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, perfect movies. Just because this one has flaws doesn't mean it's a bad movie. Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, if you really look hard, you can maybe pick apart little things like the microwave water thing that spreads fear toxin. Like I said, it was a little bit too sci-fi maybe, but that doesn't ruin the movie. And the people in this picking apart, well, how does he get back to Gotham? It's like they set that up in Batman Begins, I believe. I looked into it. It's like, I believe, I'm paraphrasing this, but in Batman Begins they're talking about how the Batcave, there's like tunnels, it's a whole tunnel system in the Batcave that leads to Gotham and it leads out of Gotham. So it's like in Batman Begins, he was hopping all these different ships, traveling the world without money. So he did that again, got to that tunnel system, went to the cave, went to Gotham. You happy now? So let's get into this movie. This one, Batman, he's been taking 8 years off. Okay, there's a problem that I can agree with. What the fuck? So Batman, the guy who's devoted his life to justice and avenging his parents and making sure no one ever else has to go through what he went through. He has to go out there every night, punch criminals in the fucking dick because that's what makes him feel good. That's his happiness. He's Batman. Yeah, he's got motivations for other things too. He wanted a girlfriend real damn bad. But he needs justice. He needs to save the city. He's devoted his life to that too. And he's taking 8 years off because his girlfriend died and because of the whole Harvey Dent act. They were able to lock up so many people in organized crime, and Gotham's relatively a safe place. You know, there's still a lot of unorganized crime. There's random muggings that happen. You know, Bruce, that's kind of what killed your parents, and random muggers didn't get locked up because of the Dent Act. That's unorganized crime. Maybe you want to stop those. You know, that's the main thing that drives your cause, but he does want to do that. I guess the cops need a paycheck too. But he's taking 8 years off. Also, his body's been broken down. He's a brittle old man almost. And eventually Catwoman comes into his life. And then Bane comes into his life. And a lot of bad shit goes down. He gets his back fucking broken. And he's got to come back. He's got to rise. And he's got to go and kick a lot of ass. Yeah, that's the movie. And yeah, like I said, we got a problem right off the bat. Batman taking 8 years off. That's a big one because Batman, in my opinion, this is Chris Nolan's Batman where he's more fleshed out. He's a human guy. He needs a lot of things. He needs a girlfriend. He needs to get laid because that's a human need. And it's like, listen, comic book Batman, maybe not as much. Like, in my opinion, like comic book Batman, the Batman I believe in, would never stop being Batman. He gets crippled in Nightfall, and it's like the second he can, he's training, he's like, I gotta get back to it. I gotta go kick his fucking ass because I'm Batman. That's what I live for. Yeah, I can bang Catwoman anytime I want. I can still be Batman. He got a child killed. Jason Todd was murdered at the hands of the Joker, and he still didn't give up being Batman. If you wanted to do that in a movie where that happens, and that really bummed him out, and he took some time off because he had doubts in himself, that's one thing. But like, my girlfriend died, so I give up. It's like, sorry, Chris, that's a problem. I get it, they want to humanize him, and he's heartbroken, and he's also worn down. I don't know how often, because I think they insinuate, is that a word? More or less that like, he did the Batman Begins stuff, the Dark Knight stuff, a little bit of crime fighting in between Begins and Dark Knight, and that was it. If they said like, oh, he's been fighting crime for so long, but now he's really worn out and he's kind of got to stop because he's an old brittle man like Batman Beyond, like there's little things that they could have tweaked that would have made it work a little bit better. The writing here is like, this isn't quite Batman. It's Chris Nolan's Batman, but as a Batman purist, it's like he wouldn't take 8 years off for just a girl. Come on. His parents were shot to death in front of him. So that's a problem. But then there's a lot of good things to talk about. First off, Christian Bale's still amazing in this, and they give Bruce Wayne a lot of stuff to do. There's very little Batman, which is kind of a problem. There's not a lot of Batman in this fucking Batman movie. I think it's like 25 minutes total of Batman, which a little bit less than I'd like. In a movie called The Dark Knight Rises, I'd like to see a lot of The Dark Knight. But still, they're giving a lot of stuff to Bruce Wayne. They're trying to explore him even more as a character, what drives him, his flaws, a lot of different things about Bruce Wayne in this movie. Him rediscovering the fire. It's like Rocky 3. Batman is basically Rocky. You know, he got his ass kicked by Clubber Lang. He loses the drive and the fire. He has to regain it and then go out there and beat the shit out of Clubber Lang. And this one, it's like, listen, Bruce Wayne got his ass kicked by Bane. You know, he's taking time off. He thinks he's better than he is. He gets his ass whooped. He's like, I gotta rediscover. The fire has to rise. And he climbs out of that fucking pit and he's gonna fight Bane. The fact that I can compare a Batman movie to Rocky 3 that easily is pretty fucking crazy and also pretty magical. All it needed was a little Rocky 4, a little bit of Hearts on Fire. They need that. They need a really good Batman training montage. First off, I just want that to listen to when I'm at the gym, but that'd be amazing. A Batman training montage. I want that so bad. Hey, Ben Affleck, please do that for me. I really want that because really, Hearts on Fire. Just him doing that. He's doing pull-ups and lifting weights. He's like, justice! That'd be amazing. I want to see that so bad now. I'm getting really excited about that. It's getting kind of sweaty. Christian Bale's amazing, and I love him as Bruce Wayne. I love him as Batman, and I've never had the big problem with like, where were the other drugs going? I like his Batman voice. It's different. He's not dropping it low. Like he's making a choice, and a lot of people mock him for it. You never give it to an ordinary citizen. And I was okay with it. But my only problem, the only thing I can pick out is like when he's on the roof talking to Catwoman and she leaves and he goes, so that's what that feels like. Like, it would humanize him even more, which is what Chris Nolan really seems to be into if he's like, so that's what that feels like. And just did a normal voice because I'm alone and I don't need to put on this voice for anyone. It's like, little tweaks. There's like little tiny problems with the movie where it's like that could have been fixed and it would have worked a whole lot better. It seems like such a nitpicky thing too, doesn't it? But I still love Christian Bale, and speaking of Catwoman, Anne Hathaway, really damn good in this movie. She really feels like the comic book classic Catwoman, a cat burglar who dresses like a cat, and that's all she needs. She doesn't have to be murdered and revived by cats like Halle Berry and fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. It's like there's a way to do it and there's a way not to, and they really did it right in this. They did a classic Catwoman. She's not wearing an over-sexualized outfit. It's just like a tight, almost tactical outfit. She looks good on her butt. It's great stuff. Could have used a Joel Schumacher butt zoom on her, but that's asking too much. And speaking of her, we also got, just to talk about another woman, Marion Cotillard, a weak point of the movie because she comes in as this character Miranda Tate. It's like, I don't want to be over guessy, but I bet that's probably just Talia al Ghul, and then oh yeah, it is, because that part was weak. In fact, her whole villain plot of like, I'm gonna get revenge on Batman for what he did to my dad, who's Liam Neeson. What does she do? She bangs him and then wants to blow up the city. It's like, you had a prime chance. I don't want to say she blew him, but she probably blew Batman. Who wouldn't? She could have like cut his dick off, stabbed him. He's vulnerable at that moment, but I guess who wouldn't want to have sex with Batman? And when you're having sex with Batman, that's where all your attention goes. So what if you want revenge? You're getting banged by Batman. it's hard to do anything else at that moment. You're just excited. Her revenge plan kind of sucks a little bit. Sorry, I still loved her performance, but it's just the character was kind of weak in this movie. But let's go back to some strengths. Tom Hardy as Bane, amazing. He really redefined the character from even the comics. In the comics, he's a Spanish dude. He's half British, half Spanish. In this, he's just Tom Hardy, who's British. And so people are a little mad, like it should have been a Mexican actor. I can understand that. But still, he does amazing with the role. And yeah, he's a little short. And yeah, he wasn't fully ripped like he was in Warrior. It was actually kind of a half fat, half muscle thing where a lot of camera tricks and him constantly flexing his traps and all that to make him look bigger than he was. Because I think he's even shorter than Christian Bale. So it's like they did some special tricks and it works because Tom Hardy still looks really fucking badass as Bane. And he's amazing. The performance is so counterintuitive to what you'd think. He's a big bulky guy. You think, you will shout super. That's more like Jim Carrey, sorry. But you get the idea. You think, oh, maybe I'll sound like Darth Vader or something. It's like, and then you hear him talking, it's like, Mr. Wayne, I will not only break your body, but I will break your soul. Stuff like that is just amazing.
Every now, Batman, and I will break you. this fucking thing hurts so much. Oh, get it off.
Oh, it's like the fucking alien. Oh, the xenomorph. What is it? The fucking face hugger from Alien. Is my face scratched up now? Ow. Piece of shit. Oh god. I don't actually put it on very much. It wrecked my ears. I think my nose is broken. I want to go cry in the fetal position. I'm sorry, Batman. Hold me. That thing hurt. I'm gonna put this damn thing in a pit and make it crawl, because seriously, this thing has caused me so much pain, not only in my body, but of my soul. So, get in the damn pit. I'll see you in like 86 years. He's amazing. It's this really great voice, and people had problems like, I can't understand him. I've never had that problem. I always was able to understand him. And his motivations. He wants to destroy Gotham. He wants to make the fire rise and all that. Yeah, technically it's like he's doing it for his girlfriend, kind of where it's like, he seems like super badass, and then, oh, he's with Talia al Ghul. So he's relegated to being her sidekick. He's still amazing. That doesn't, like, does it really ruin all the badassery he's done? He breaks the bat. He beats the shit out of it. And an amazing fight scene. Chris Nolan, I've had problems with his up too close fight scenes, but in this, they pull the camera back. It's slow. There's no music. It's just a slow, tough to watch scene where he's just like breaking him down bit by bit. He's just like, I'll walk away, turn around, and punch you in the fucking face. He punches him in the face and rips half his mask off. It's just, that's an amazing fight scene. That really, when you want him to break the bat, that's a great way to do it. Let's not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. Tom Hardy's great. Yeah, at the end they sprinkle on a little bit of, well, here's some of his motivation, but still, they're trying to humanize these characters, and it seems to be mostly because of women, but they're trying to humanize them. Chris Nolan wants to see the humanity in all these people, except for the Joker. He wants the humanity in these people, and I don't blame him for that. You know, add another layer to the character, develop it. Like, listen, he wants to destroy it, but it's also because that's what his love would want him to do too. It's like, I'm fine with that. It's like, yeah, girlfriends sometimes make people do dumb shit. And just to quickly sprinkle on Michael Caine, I loved him as Alfred in this. He made me cry. He broke my heart at the scene where he's crying at the graves. It's a shame they kind of flick him out of the movie, like, all right, we need you to leave for a little while. Heartbreaking though when he's in the movie. He's amazing. Gary Oldman also kind of flicked out of the movie, like, we need to make room for a lot of other people, so you just kind of gotta go. Bye. But he's great in the time he's in the movie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fine as Robin. They didn't really need to call. That was very much his fan service. Like, we'll call him Robin. That's his name's Robin, okay? Whatever. He's gonna be the new Batman. Who gives a shit if he wasn't trained? He'll probably get his ass kicked and die, but it's fine. It makes for a good ending. So yeah, I've started listing some more problems. Little things here and there, it's just like, that's weird. But I love it. Like, yeah, we're not seeing Batman, but Bruce Wayne's in this pit. He got fucking broke. His back has to be repaired a little bit questionably, but he has to climb out of this pit with this epic, amazing Hans Zimmer music. The score in this, so motivational, so awesome. You're walking to the gym, listening to Gotham's wrecking. Ish, ish, passa, rapassa. You grab the barbells. Ah, Gotham! Yeah, that's what I do. But, yeah, what's it called? Why Do We Fall? Like, stuff like that. It's such an amazing soundtrack. And really, he's climbing out of the pit. You're into it. You're like, fuck yeah, Bruce Wayne, go! I'm excited about Bruce Wayne in a movie. In the past movies, Bruce Wayne's always just been the boring parts before he dresses up like Batman. And this, we care about Bruce Wayne. It's the most emotional journey. I cry. Like, I get so emotional. He's climbing out of the pit. He returns to Gotham. He fights Bane in the streets. This real big action set piece in the streets of Gotham, and then Bane gets fucking blown away by Catwoman. It's like, no guns, no killing. And she's like, fuck you. Psh, kills him. It's fucking, wow. And then we also got the Bat. They didn't call it the Batwing. It's just the Bat. Call it the Batwing. But yeah, it's got the action sequence there, the bomb. And isn't a little contrived like, there's bomb, and oh, by the way, I blew up a football field. Wasn't that badass? But this bomb will detonate at this time and destroy Gotham. Yeah, and then it's like, technically that's kind of like the 60s series. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. And he has to fly it off. And that heroic sacrifice, although through editing, we think he sacrifices. It turns out he got away. He's banging Catwoman in Paris. He's no longer Batman. Joseph Gordon-Levitt can do that. But I'll tell you something. My heart breaks when Batman's flying and they got that music and it blows up. It's just like, I start crying. It's like, I just saw Batman die. Even though I know what's going to happen, it gets me invested emotionally. It's the most emotional of the Nolan movies. This one is it. All the emotional payoff. I'm into it. I'm invested in these characters. And even though it's, again, kind of un-Batman, like he gave up for 8 years because his girlfriend died, and then he's going to quit being Batman because he's got a new girlfriend. It's like, that's not very Batman. But for Chris Nolan, what he's got to do, I go with it. It's different. It's an interpretation, like the Tim Burton one. Emo, weird, goth Batman. It's an interpretation that I'll go with, kinda. I might not like it as much. I like this. Even though it's not perfect Batman, it's not quite what Batman should be. It's his interpretation, and I'm really in love with it. And yeah, I'm emotionally invested and cry, but it also, let me tell you something. See this right here? The Iron Giant? Hold on a second. Where's the DVD? I gotta hold it up, put it in your face. Chris Nolan took from this movie. The Dark Knight Rises is the Iron Giant. You have a hero who has to sacrifice himself because there's a bomb that's going to destroy a town or city. So they do a heroic sacrifice and die, and you cry. It's just so emotional. They put a statue up in honor of that hero, but then it turns out that hero's still alive and can possibly go on more adventures. You don't know. The hero's still alive, and we're all happy at the end. Batman, the bomb, blows up. Oh, he's dead. We're so sad. Michael Caine breaks our heart at that funeral thing. I failed you, Master Wayne, the size of a tangerine. And then it turns out, oh wait, after the statue thing with Batman, he's still alive and he's banging the shit out of Catwoman in Paris. Amazing. Love it. Iron Giant, he flies up. You are who you choose to be, Superman. Boom. And I cry like a bit. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. My nipples are getting hard. I'm going to cry. And then he dies, and they resurrect his statue in the Iron Giant. But it turns out he's putting himself back together. He's going to go back to Hogarth. Like, yeah, Chris Nolan took from the greatest movie ever made, in my opinion. Greatest movie ever made, greatest animated movie, greatest everything. And Chris Nolan took from it for Batman. So that's probably why I love it even more. It's subconscious, and I'm consciously aware of it. I love it because it took from Iron Giant. Iron Giant Batman. I love it. Does it have some flaws with Batman's motivations? Kind of call it what it will. Being a bit of a pussy? Sure. But Bane makes up for it. Bane's badass. And yeah, he kind of did it for his girlfriend, but at the same point, he's still awesome. That doesn't change how badass Bane is. We got an amazing Catwoman. Yeah, we also have that fucking one cop character, I forget his name. That dude that shows up and he wasn't important, but they focused on him a little bit too much. And unfortunately, Alfred and Gordon get shoved to the side. But still, it's a lot about Bruce Wayne. They're focusing on him, and it's a lot of emotional journey. It's a big emotional journey through Bruce Wayne, again like Batman Begins, where there wasn't as much Batman as you might expect. Like The Dark Knight was so much Batman, but the first and last one were less. Like Batman Begins, a lot more about Bruce Wayne. This one, more about Bruce Wayne. I can respect that a lot. Are there little glaring things here and there that are like, that's a problem, or I don't like that, or I can nitpick this or that? Yeah, it's a little bit easier to pick apart than the first two, but I still love it. I still love this movie quite a bit. It has its flaws. Clearly, I've talked about some of them. It's got flaws, but it's still got so much great stuff. The fucking soundtrack, Bane, Catwoman, Batman, and Bruce Wayne. It's just so much, there's so much greatness packed into this movie that, yeah, it's got flaws. More than the other two, but it's still an amazing movie. It's just a flawed amazing movie. It's still an amazing movie, flawed as it might be at times. Still, so much greatness in here. You can't call it a bad movie. I cannot sit there and say that's a bad movie. I go, that's still a fucking great movie with just a little bit more to pick apart than the other two. I love it so much. I would give The Dark Knight Rises an A-. So yeah, comment below, tell me your thoughts around The Dark Knight Rises, and this is it. We're at the end. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it before, but I want to make my Man of Steel review. I'm going to film it before Batman v Superman comes out. I'll try. I'll see what I can do, because I never reviewed Man of Steel, and I'd like to before Batman v Superman comes out very soon. I'm going to try. It's crunch time. I got to fit in as much of it as I can. I want to talk about that, Dark Knight Returns. I want to do a lot more Batman videos. I'm going to keep doing them on the animated movies and stuff. So we'll do more Batman, maybe some Superman too, talk about the old Chris Reeve ones. The first two anyway. I don't really want to talk about fucking Quest for Peace. So comment below, tell me your thoughts on these movies. In my opinion, Dark Knight and Batman Begins are tied. Any day, one of them is the best Batman movie. And Dark Knight Rises is a little bit under it. And then Tim Burton's original. And then it's hard for the next two because it's like Batman Forever I find more watchable than Returns. Returns is a better movie. The problem with Returns is it's so unpleasant because of the penguin, but it's like the boring plot of like Max Schreck. I want a power plant and stuff. So it's like, yeah, Tim Burton's Batman, the original, and then Batman Forever, then Batman Returns, then Batman Robin. It's just, ugh. Those last two are shit. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on all the movies or whatever, how you rank them, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.